Chapter 1: The Hidden Pills and Gentle Restraint. I swallow the pill quickly, the bitter taste lingering on my tongue as I shove the bottle back into the bottom drawer of the nightstand. The faint hum of the shower tells me Justin's still in the bathroom, washing away the remnants of his latest heat cycle. I'm careful to close the drawer quietly, my heart thudding a little too fast. It's not like I'm doing anything wrong, but the thought of him catching me makes my stomach twist. He doesn't want kids, that much I'm sure of. And I'm not about to mess up this delicate balance we've got going. Our marriage, a year strong now, was built on a handshake between our families, a business deal dressed up in vows and rings. But Justin's different from what I expected. He's gentle, even during his alpha ruts, when most would lose themselves to instinct. Last night he was careful, his hands soft as they traced my skin, his peppermint scent wrapping around me like a warm blanket. It's a small miracle I don't ache today, not like the stories I've heard about omegas paired with less considerate alphas. Still, he forgot the condom again, and I'm not taking chances. Hence the pills. The shower shuts off, and I scramble back to bed, pulling the covers over my legs. My lemony omega scent is still faint, overpowered by the lingering peppermint that clings to the sheets. I hear the bathroom door creak open, and Justin steps out, towel slung low around his hips. His dark hair's damp, sticking to his forehead, and his green eyes catch mine with that quiet intensity that always makes me feel seen and unseen all at once. "You okay?" he asks, voice low and steady, like he's checking if I'm about to bolt. I nod, maybe too quickly. "Yeah, just chilling." "Smooth, Asher?" "Real smooth." He tilts his head, a faint smile tugging at his lips. "Chilling, huh? You look like you just ran a marathon." I roll my eyes, hoping the flush creeping up my neck isn't too obvious. Says the guy who spent the last hour in a steam room. "You good?" "That was a rough one." His rut hit hard this time, and I did my best to keep up, to be the dutiful omega he married. Not that it's a chore, Justin's touch is careful, deliberate, like he's afraid he'll break me. "I'm fine," he says, crossing the room to sit on the edge of the bed. The mattress dips under his weight, and I catch a fresh wave of his scent. It's calming, grounding, but it also makes my pulse skip. "You don't have to push yourself, you know. I can handle it." I laugh, a little too loud. "Handle it? You were practically climbing the walls last night." His smile widens, but there's a flicker of something in his eyes, restraint maybe? "I mean it, Asher. You don't have to do anything you don't want to." The words sting more than they should. I know he's trying to be kind, but it feels like he's pulling back, like I'm not enough to meet his needs outside of these hormone-fueled moments. I lean forward, brushing my lips against his jaw, testing the waters. "I'm good, Justin. Really. If you need me, I'm here." His breath hitches, and for a second, I think he's going to close the distance, pull me into him like he does when his alpha instincts take over. But he doesn't. He closes his eyes, exhales, and gently nudges me back. "Rest, babe. You need it." "Babe." The word's a rare slip, and it sends a flutter through my chest, but it's not enough to erase the rejection. I sink back against the pillows, forcing a smile. "Fine, but don't complain when I'm too well rested to keep up with you tomorrow." He chuckles, the sound warm but distant, and tugs me into his arms. His embrace is tight, almost possessive, but his lips stay firmly away from my neck, where my gland pulses faintly. I let myself relax into him, even as a small part of me wonders why he holds back. Is it me? Am I not enough outside of his ruts? Or is it just the deal we made, a marriage of convenience, not passion? Morning comes too fast. I wake to the soft press of Justin's lips against my cheek, a habit he's picked up during his cycles. It's sweet, almost too sweet, and I can't help but smile as I roll over, still half asleep. You're clingy today," I mumble, tilting my head to expose my neck, offering my gland out of instinct. "Go ahead, bite if you want." He freezes, and I crack one eye open, expecting to see that familiar restraint in his expression. Instead, he's staring at me, eyes dark and unreadable. Before I can process it, his teeth graze my gland, a sharp, electric sensation that jolts me awake. Peppermint floods my senses, mixing with my lemon scent, and my nails dig into my palms as heat races through me. "Justin!" I gasp, but he's already lacing his fingers through mine, pinning my hands gently to the bed. His bite is shallow, controlled, but it's enough to send my body into overdrive. When he pulls back, I'm breathless, and he's not much better, his chest heaving as he fights to rein himself in. "Sorry," he murmurs, voice rough. I didn't mean to. I'm fine. You okay? I nod, still dazed. Yeah. More than okay. I try to laugh it off, but my voice shakes. He's never bitten me like that before, not even during his worst ruts. It's intimate, overwhelming, and I'm not sure what to make of it. He rolls off the bed, grabbing my discarded shirt from the floor. I'll wash this, he says, heading for the bathroom like nothing happened. I watch him go, my heart doing weird flips. He's washing my clothes by hand again, a habit that's equal parts endearing and embarrassing. You don't have to, I call after him, sitting up. The machine works fine. He pokes his head out, holding my shirt under the faucet. Hand washing's better for your stuff, he says, all matter of fact, like he's not scrubbing my laundry at 7 in the morning. I groan, flopping back onto the bed. You're ridiculous. And you're welcome. He shoots back, a playful edge to his voice that makes me smile despite myself. But as soon as he's out of sight, my hand drifts to the nightstand drawer, checking that the pill bottle's still hidden. I can't shake the feeling that I'm betraying him somehow, keeping this secret. But it's for the best, right? He doesn't want kids. He's never said it outright, but I overheard him once, months ago, talking to a friend. Kids aren't in the cards, he'd said, his voice firm. I'd been too afraid to ask why, too afraid to hear that our marriage is just a contract, not a future. I curl up under the covers, trying to ignore the ache in my chest. Justin's gentle, attentive, everything an Omega could hope for in an Alpha. But if he doesn't want more than this, more than us, then I'll keep taking the pills. I'll keep things simple. For both of us. Chapter 2: The Truth of the Pills and a Sudden Rift. I'm halfway through swallowing another pill when Justin's hand shoots out from behind me, snatching the bottle from my grip. My heart lurches into my throat, and I nearly choke on the tablet still dissolving on my tongue. The bathroom door was supposed to be locked. I'd checked it twice. But here he is, standing in the doorway, his green eyes narrowing as he reads the label on the bottle. Asher, he says, voice low, almost too calm. What's this? You said you were taking vitamins? I cough, trying to buy time as I force the pill down. My hands fumble, instinctively reaching for the bottle, but he holds it out of reach, his expression unreadable. Peppermint swirls around me, sharp and agitated, a stark contrast to the warmth I'm used to. It's nothing. I stammer, my face burning. Just something to help with, balance. Balance? He tilts the bottle, squinting at the fine print. Cyproterone acetate. This isn't a vitamin, Asher. This is a contraceptive. His voice cracks on the last word, and I flinch, my stomach twisting into knots. I dig my nails into my palms, trying to steady myself. Okay, fine, it's a contraceptive. I admit, the words tumbling out too fast. I just, we haven't been careful lately, and I didn't want to risk anything. I can't meet his eyes, so I stare at the floor, at the tiles I've scrubbed 100 times to avoid conversations like this. Risk what? His tone sharpens, and I can feel the weight of his gaze, heavy and searching. Asher, look at me. Why are you taking these? My throat tightens. I don't want to say it, don't want to admit the truth that's been gnawing at me since I overheard him months ago, dismissing kids like they were a problem to be avoided. But he's waiting, and the silence is suffocating. Because you don't want kids, I blurt out, my voice barely above a whisper. I heard you, okay? You said it yourself? I'm just trying to keep things easy. For you. His face changes, a flash of something raw, hurt maybe, before it hardens into something I don't recognize. You heard me, he repeats, slow and deliberate. And you thought sneaking around with pills was the answer? I wasn't sneaking. I protest, but it sounds weak even to me. I just didn't want to bother you with it. You've got enough going on, and you figured wrong. He snaps, cutting me off. He tosses the bottle into the trash can with a clatter that makes me jump. Then he grabs the rest of the stash from the drawer, every last blister pack, and dumps them in two. These aren't good for you. You don't need them. Justin, wait. I reach for his arm, but he's already turning away, his shoulders stiff. Your rut's not over yet. You need me too, I've got suppressants, he says, not looking back as he strides out of the bedroom. The door clicks shut behind him, and I'm left standing there, my heart pounding in the sudden quiet. I sink onto the bed, my hands shaking. I don't know why he's so angry. Isn't this what he wants? No kids, no complications, just the two of us playing our parts in this arranged marriage? But the way he looked at me, like I'd betrayed him, makes my chest ache. I grab my phone, my fingers hovering over the keyboard. I need to fix this, need to make him understand I'm not trying to hurt him. Hey, you at the office yet? I type, then add, can I pick you up later? I hesitate, then send another, want me to bring you lunch? Soup or something? The messages sit there, delivered but unread. Justin's never ignored me before, not in the year we've been married. He's always been quick to reply, even during his busiest days, with a teasing comment or a soft reassurance. The silence now feels like a slap. I bite my lip, my thumb hovering over the screen. One more try. Justin, please talk to me. I'm freaking out here. My phone buzzes almost instantly, and I nearly drop it in relief. His name lights up the screen, and I answer before it can ring twice. Hey, I say, trying to keep my voice steady. Where are you hurting? He asks, his voice tight with worry. Was I too rough this morning? I shouldn't have bitten you like that. No, it's not that. I say quickly, my cheeks flushing at the memory of his teeth on my gland. I don't like it when you're mad at me. Can we talk? There's a long pause, and I can almost see him rubbing the back of his neck, the way he does when he's trying to stay calm. I'm not mad, he says finally, but it's not convincing. Just don't hide things from me, okay? Okay, I whisper, my throat tight. So, lunch? I can make that chicken noodle thing you like. Another pause, shorter this time. Yeah, sure. That'd be nice. I grin, relief flooding through me. Cool. I'll swing by around noon. Don't work too hard. He huffs a laugh, and it's the first real sign he's softening. No promises. See you soon, babe. I hang up, clutching the phone to my chest. He's not mad anymore, or at least not as mad. I can work with that. I head to the kitchen, pulling out ingredients with a renewed sense of purpose. If I can't fix this with words, maybe a bowl of soup and a smile will do the trick. But as I chop carrots, my mind keeps drifting back to the pills in the trash. I'll need to replace them, maybe hide them better next time. Justin's reaction threw me, but it doesn't change what I know. He doesn't want kids. And I'm not about to risk this fragile thing we have, no matter how much his peppermint scent makes my heart race or how his rare smiles make me feel like I'm more than just a contract. I stir the pot, the steam rising in soft curls. For now, I'll play the part of the perfect omega, keep the peace, and hope he never looks at me like that again, like I've broken something he didn't even know he wanted. Chapter 3: Family Gatherings and the Weight of Unspoken Words. I'm fidgeting with the hem of my sweater as Justin and I pull up to his parents' house, the gravel crunching under the tires. The place is a sprawling suburban dream, white picket fence, rosebushes, the works. It's the kind of home I never had growing up, and every time we visit, I feel like an imposter, like I'm playing house in someone else's life. Justin's hand brushes mine as he kills the engine, and I flash him a quick smile, hoping it hides the nerves knotting my stomach. Lunch at his office yesterday smoothed things over, but the memory of his anger over the pills still lingers, sharp as a splinter. Ready? He asks, his voice soft, but carrying that steady alpha edge that makes me want to lean into him. His peppermint scent is faint today, his rut finally fading, but it still clings to him, mixing with the leather of his jacket. Born ready, I quip, though my heart's not in it. I'm still rattled from our fight, still second-guessing every word I say around him. I don't want to screw this up again. We step inside, and Justin's mom, Ellen, is on us before the door even shuts. Asher, sweetheart, she exclaims, pulling me into a hug that smells like lavender and home-baked bread. I swear, you get handsomer every time I see you. I laugh, my cheeks warming. You're gonna give me a big head, Ellen. Her enthusiasm always throws me off. I'm just the omega her son married for a business deal, but she treats me like I'm her own flesh and blood. It's nice, but it makes me feel like I owe her something I can't quite name. She drags me to the couch, her hand warm on my arm. Sit. You look good, honey. Healthier than when you and Justin first tied the knot. That boy's been taking care of you, hasn't he? I glance at Justin, who's hanging up his jacket by the door. He's watching us, his expression neutral, but there's a tightness around his eyes. Yeah, he's great, I say, forcing a smile. And it's true, Justin's been nothing but gentle, even when I'm a mess. He nursed me through fevers and hospital stays that first year, when my body was still recovering from the hell my father put me through. I owe him more than I can ever repay. Ellen pats my knee, her smile softening. You two make such a cute couple. Makes me wonder when you're gonna give me a grandkid to spoil. Her tone is teasing, but the words hit like a punch to the gut. I freeze, my mind flashing to the pills Justin threw out, to the secret I'm still keeping. I steal a glance at him, hoping for a lifeline, but he's gone still, his jaw tight. He doesn't want kids, I know that. But I can't let Ellen put him on the spot. Oh, you know, I say, forcing a laugh. We're still young. Plenty of time for that. Right, Justin? His eyes meet mine, and for a second, I think I see a flicker of pain. But it's gone so fast I'm not sure it was there at all. Yeah, he says, voice flat. No rush. Ellen waves a hand, oblivious to the tension. Of course. I'm just saying, a little one running around would be adorable. But you two do you. She winks, then bustles off to the kitchen, calling for Justin's dad to check the roast. I exhale, my shoulders sagging. Justin's still standing by the door, and I can't shake the feeling I've said something wrong. You okay? I ask, keeping my voice low. He nods, but it's curt, and he turns to help his dad set the table. My stomach twists. I thought I was protecting him, deflecting Ellen's question so he wouldn't have to deal with it. But now he's acting like I kicked his puppy. Dinner is a blur of small talk and clinking silverware. Ellen keeps the conversation light, asking about my job at the bookstore, telling stories about Justin as a kid. I laugh at the right moments, but my eyes keep drifting to him. He's quieter than usual, his smile's tight, and every time I try to catch his gaze, he looks away. By the time we're done, I'm itching to get out of there, to figure out what's eating him. We say our goodbyes, Ellen hugging me tight and whispering, "Come back soon, okay?" I nod, my throat tight, and follow Justin to the car. The drive home is silent, the kind of silence that feels like it's holding its breath. I'm about to crack a joke, anything to break the tension, when Justin pulls me into his lap the second we're through the front door. Whoa! I gasp, my hands landing on his shoulders. His peppermint scent is stronger now, almost overwhelming, and his hands are everywhere, my waist, my back, my neck. Justin, what? He cuts me off with a kiss, hard and desperate, like he's trying to prove something. I melt into it, my body responding before my brain can catch up. His hands slide under my shirt, warm against my skin, and I'm drowning in him, in the way he's holding me like I'm the only thing keeping him grounded. Slow down, I manage, breathless, when he finally pulls back. What's gotten into you? He doesn't answer, just kisses me again, softer this time but no less intense. I let myself get lost in it, let myself forget the awkwardness at dinner, the pills, the secrets. He's not usually this forward outside his ruts, and I'm not about to complain. But when he carries me to the bedroom, I notice he doesn't reach for a condom, doesn't even pause to think about it. I don't remind him either. He's clearly in a mood, and I want to make him feel better, whatever it takes. Afterward, I'm sprawled across his chest, my breath still uneven. His fingers trace lazy circles on my back, but there's a heaviness in the air, like he's carrying something he won't share. You sure you're okay? I ask, propping myself up to look at him. He meets my eyes, and for a moment, I think he's going to say something real. But he just pulls me closer, pressing a kiss to my forehead. I'm fine, babe. Just needed you. I smile, but it feels fragile. I want to believe him, want to believe this is enough. But as I drift off, his arm heavy around me, I can't shake the thought that I've messed up again. I didn't take a pill tonight, didn't even think about it in the heat of the moment. It's probably fine, right? Just this once. But the unease lingers, curling in my chest like a warning I'm too stubborn to heed. Chapter 4: A Solitary Choice. The hospital waiting room smells like antiseptic and stale coffee, and I'm clutching the pregnancy test results so tightly the paper crinkles in my hands. Positive. The word stares up at me, stark and undeniable, and my stomach churns with a mix of panic and something softer, something I don't dare name. I wasn't supposed to let this happen. Justin doesn't want kids. I've known that since I overheard him, all those months ago, his voice clipped and certain. And yet here I am, carrying his child, our child, and I have no idea what to do. The doctor, a kind-faced woman with glasses perched on her nose, leans forward. Have you discussed this with your alpha? She asks, her tone gentle but probing. It's a big decision, and it's best to have support. I shake my head, my throat tight. No, we've talked about it. Sort of. It's a lie, and she probably knows it, but I can't bring myself to tell her the truth, that Justin would hate this, that I'm terrified of what it'll mean for us. I'd like to schedule the procedure. I say, my voice barely steady. As soon as possible. She hesitates, her pen hovering over her clipboard. If you're sure, we can book you for a month from now, give you some time to think it over. It's important to be certain. I'm certain. I say too quickly. I'm not really, but I can't let this baby become a wedge between us. Justin's been good to me, better than I deserve, pulling me out of the nightmare that was my father's house. I won't repay him by forcing something he doesn't want. I leave the hospital with the appointment confirmation tucked into my bag, my fingers brushing the paper every few steps like it's a bomb I need to keep contained. The drive home is a blur, my mind spinning with what-ifs. What if I told him? What if he changed his mind? But then I remember his face at his parents' house, the way it darkened when Ellen mentioned kids, and I know I can't take that risk. When I walk through the front door, Justin's on the couch, his laptop balanced on his knees. He looks up, his green eyes softening, and my heart does that stupid flip it always does when he smiles. Hey babe, he says, setting the laptop aside. You're back early. How was your thing? My thing was a vague excuse about meeting a friend, a lie to cover the hospital visit. I force a smile, shoving my bag behind the armchair. Good. Just, catching up. I'm beat though. He frowns, his alpha senses picking up on something I'm not saying. You sure? You look off. He stands, crossing the room in 2 strides, and pulls me into his arms. His peppermint scent wraps around me, grounding and overwhelming all at once, and I want nothing more than to spill everything, to let him fix this like he's fixed so much else in my life. I'm fine, I say, leaning into him. Just tired. Long day. He doesn't push, but his hand lingers on my cheek, his thumb brushing my skin. Okay. But you tell me if something was wrong, right? I nod, my throat too tight to speak. He kisses my forehead, and I close my eyes, letting myself pretend for a moment that this is simple, that we're just 2 people in love, not a contract bound by family expectations. But the weight of the papers in my bag is a reminder that it's not, and I pull back, forcing a grin. Your rut's coming up again soon, isn't it? Gotta keep my strength up for that. He laughs, a low rumble that eases some of the tension in my chest. You're gonna kill me one of these days, you know that? His tone is teasing, but there's a warmth in his eyes that makes me ache. He's so good at this, at making me feel wanted, even if I'm not sure it's real. We settle on the couch, his arm around me, and I try to focus on the movie he picks, some action flick with too many explosions. But my mind keeps drifting to the life growing inside me, to the appointment I've made, to the secret I'm keeping. I touch my stomach absently, and Justin notices, his hand covering mine. You feeling okay? He asks, his voice soft with concern. Yeah. I lie, pulling my hand away. Just ate too much at lunch. It's a weak excuse, but he lets it slide, his fingers lacing through mine instead. I lean against him, my head on his shoulder, and for a moment I let myself imagine what it would be like if things were different. If he wanted this baby as much as I'm starting to. If this marriage was more than a deal. The thought is dangerous, and I shove it down, focusing on the flicker of the TV screen. I can't afford to dream like that. Justin's been clear, even if he's never said the words outright. Kids aren't part of his plan, and I'm not about to ruin what we have by hoping for something he can't give me. Want some ice cream? He asks, breaking the silence. I think we've got some mint chocolate chip in the freezer. I laugh, the sound a little shaky. You and your peppermint obsession. Sure, why not? He grins, hopping up to grab it, and I watch him go, my heart twisting. He's so easy to love, so easy to want more from. But I can't let myself forget why I'm doing this, why I'm keeping the pills a secret, why I booked the appointment. It's not just about him not wanting kids. It's about protecting what we have, about keeping this fragile happiness intact. When he comes back with 2 bowls, his smile is so bright it hurts. I take the ice cream, my fingers brushing his, and I tell myself it'll be okay. 1 month, and this will all be over. No baby, no conflict, just us. But as I spoon the cold sweetness into my mouth, I can't shake the feeling that I'm making a mistake, that the choice I'm making alone might cost me more than I'm ready to lose. Chapter 5: The Rut's Chaos and the Exposed Secret. I'm pacing the living room, my fingers brushing my stomach every few steps, a nervous habit I can't shake. Justin's rut is due any day, and the timing couldn't be worse. The pregnancy test results are still hidden in my bag, the appointment confirmation burning a hole in my mind. I can't let him touch me, not like this, not when I'm carrying something he doesn't want. But denying an alpha in rut is like trying to hold back a storm, and the guilt of leaving him to suffer alone twists my gut. The air shifts, heavy with peppermint, and I freeze. Justin's home early, his footsteps heavier than usual as he steps through the door. His green eyes are dark, pupils blown wide, and his scent hits me like a wave, sharp and demanding. His rut's not just coming, it's here, early, and he's barely holding it together. Asher, he says, voice rough, like he's fighting to keep it steady. He drops his keys on the counter, his hands flexing like he's trying not to reach for me. You okay? I nod, my throat dry. Yeah, you look like you're not. I try for a teasing tone, but it falls flat. He's radiating heat, his shirt clinging to his chest, and I can feel my own body responding, my lemon scent rising to meet his despite my panic. He steps closer, and I take a step back, my heart racing. Justin, maybe you should take a suppressant, I say, my voice shaky. You're not looking so hot. His brows knit together, confusion cutting through the haze of his rut. I don't need a suppressant. I need you. He reaches for me, his hand grazing my arm, and my skin lights up under his touch, betraying me. I can't, I blurt, pulling away. His hand freezes midair, and the hurt in his eyes makes my chest ache. I'm not feeling great. Doctor said I should take it easy. It's a half-truth, but it feels like a lie, and his frown deepens. What's wrong? You were fine this morning. He steps closer again, his scent overwhelming, and I back up until my legs hit the couch. Nothing serious, I say too fast. Just not up for this right now. My voice cracks, and I hate how weak it sounds, how it betrays the panic clawing at me. I can't tell him about the baby, not when he's like this, not when I've already decided to end it. He stops, his jaw tight, and I can see the effort it takes for him to rein himself in. Okay, he says, his voice clipped. He turns, grabbing a suppressant vial from his bag, and jabs it into his arm with a wince. I'll be in the bedroom. You don't have to stay. The dismissal stings, but the guilt is worse. I watch him disappear down the hall, the door closing with a soft click, and I'm left standing there, my hands trembling. I know what suppressants do to him, how they dull the rut but leave him in agony, his body fighting itself. I've seen it before, back when we were first married, when he locked himself away rather than risk hurting me. I swore I'd never let him go through that again, but here I am, pushing him away to protect a secret I can't share. I wait, listening to the silence, until the guilt becomes too much. I creep toward the bedroom, my heart pounding. The door is unlocked, and when I push it open, I'm not prepared for what I see. Justin's on the bed, surrounded by a pile of my clothes, shirts, sweaters, even a scarf I haven't worn in months. He's curled up in the middle, his face buried in one of my hoodies, his breathing uneven. He's built a nest, something alphas only do when they're desperate, when their instincts are screaming for their mate. Justin? I whisper, stepping closer. He doesn't move, but his grip tightens on the hoodie. I reach out, my hand shaking, and that's when I see it, my bag, tipped over on the floor, the pregnancy test results and appointment confirmation spilling out like a confession. He lifts his head, his eyes red and glassy, and holds up the papers. Asher, he says, his voice breaking. You're pregnant. I freeze, my blood running cold. I was going to tell you. I lie, my voice barely audible. I reach for the papers, but he pulls them back, his expression crumpling. You're getting rid of it, he says, not a question. You booked a surgery. Without telling me. His voice shakes, and I realize he's not just angry, he's hurt deeply, like I've taken something from him he didn't know he wanted. I thought you didn't want kids, I say, my voice cracking. I heard you, Justin. You said it wasn't in the cards? I didn't want to make things harder for you. His eyes widen, and then, to my shock, they fill with tears. You think I don't want our baby? He asks, his voice raw. You think I've let you go through that alone? Say don't and it's gone? I open my mouth, but no words come. I'm shaking, my mind reeling. I'm sorry, I stammer. I've already booked it. I'll take care of it, I promise. You don't have to. He's off the bed in a flash, grabbing his jacket and heading for the door. I can't do this right now, he says, his voice thick with emotion. I need air. Justin, wait! I call, but he's already gone, the front door slamming behind him. I sink onto the bed, the papers still clutched in my hand, his scent lingering in the nest he built. My phone's in my hand before I can think, my fingers dialing his number, but it goes straight to voicemail. I try again, then text, "Please come back. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you." No response. The silence is deafening, and I curl up in the nest, surrounded by my own clothes, his scent, our mess. I've screwed this up, worse than I ever thought possible. He's out there, in rut, hurting, and I'm here, holding a secret that's torn us apart. I touch my stomach, the reality of the life inside me sinking in, and for the first time, I let myself feel it, the spark of hope, the fear, the love I'm too scared to admit. But if Justin doesn't want this, if I've misread him this badly, then what's the point of holding on? Chapter 6. My alpha's heart won back our bond. I'm sitting on the couch, my phone clutched in my hands, the screen dark. Justin's been gone for hours, and every call I've made goes straight to voicemail. My texts sit unread, a string of apologies and pleas that feel more desperate with each passing minute. The house is too quiet, the air heavy with the fading traces of his peppermint scent. I keep touching my stomach, a reflex now, as if I can protect the tiny life inside me from the mess I've made. I thought I was doing the right thing, keeping this from him, but now I'm not so sure. The clock ticks past midnight, and I'm about to give up and drive to his parents' place when my phone buzzes. It's Ellen, Justin's mom, her voice sharp with worry. "Asher, what's going on? Justin's here, but he's a mess. Did you two fight?" I swallow hard, my voice shaking. "Yeah, I screwed up, Ellen. I need to talk to him." "Is he okay?" "He's holed up in his old room, won't say much," she says, and I hear a muffled shout in the background, followed by her raised voice. "Justin, you get out here right now! Asher's crying, you idiot! What did you do to him?" My face burns, but I don't correct her. "I'm not crying, not yet, but I'm close." "Can I come get him?" I ask, already grabbing my keys. Ellen's voice softens. "Honey, he's in no state to go anywhere. Rut's still got him bad, and he's stubborn as hell. But, he mentioned something about a baby. Asher, are you pregnant?" I freeze, my heart pounding. Yeah? I didn't tell him, and he found out, and now he thinks I don't want it. But I do, Ellen. I just thought he didn't." She lets out a long sigh. "Oh, sweetheart. That boy's been in love with you since before you two even met. He'd never not want your child. Get over here. You two need to talk." I'm out the door before she hangs up, the drive to their house a blur of street lights and anxiety. When I pull up, Ellen's waiting on the porch, her arms crossed. "He's upstairs," she says, pulling me into a quick hug. "And don't let him sulk. He's too old for that nonsense." I manage a shaky laugh and head inside, my stomach in knots. The stairs creak under my feet, and when I reach Justin's old room, the door is ajar. He's sitting on the edge of the bed, head in his hands, my hoodie still clutched in one fist. His scent hits me hard, peppermint laced with something raw, almost broken. "Justin?" I say softly, stepping inside. He looks up, his eyes red-rimmed, and for a moment, we just stare at each other. "You came," he says, his voice hoarse. "Thought you wouldn't." "Of course I came," I say, my voice cracking. "I'm sorry. I should have told you about the baby. I thought you didn't want it. I heard you say kids weren't in the cards, and I didn't want to ruin us." His face crumples, and he stands, crossing the room in 2 strides. "Asher, I said that because you were so sick back then. I didn't want to put you through more, not when you were barely holding on. I've always wanted you, everything with you." He hesitates, then reaches for my hand, his fingers trembling. "I've loved you since I saw you at that god-awful gala your dad dragged you to. You were miserable, but you smiled at me, and I was done for." My breath catches, and I feel like the floor's dropped out from under me. You wanted me? Before the marriage?" He nods, his thumb brushing over my knuckles. "I begged my parents to arrange it, to get you out of that house. I didn't care about the deal. I just wanted you safe. With me." I'm shaking now, tears prickling my eyes. All this time, I thought I was the one clinging to scraps of affection, when he was the one holding back, afraid to scare me off. "I love you," I blurt, the words spilling out before I can stop them. "I've loved you for months, but I was too scared to say it. And the baby. I want it, Justin. I was just afraid you didn't." His eyes widen, and then he's pulling me into his arms, his face buried in my neck. "God, Asher, don't ever scare me like that again," he murmurs, his voice muffled against my skin. "I want our kid. I want you. Always. I laughed through my tears, clinging to him. You're such an idiot. Why didn't you just say that? He pulls back, a sheepish grin breaking through. Because I'm an idiot who's bad at this. But I'm trying, okay? And I'm not letting you go through anything alone, especially not this. I lean up, kissing him softly, and he melts into it, his hands careful not to press too hard on my stomach. When we break apart, I rest my forehead against his, my heart lighter than it's been in months. So we're doing this? The whole family thing? Hell yeah, we are, he says, his grin widening. But you gotta stop hiding stuff from me, babe. I'm not that scary, am I? I laugh, swatting his chest. Terrifying. But I'll take my chances. He chuckles, pulling me onto the bed, and we sit there, tangled together in his childhood room, surrounded by the faint glow of fairy lights Ellen insists on keeping up year-round. For the first time, I let myself imagine it, us, a family, a kid with his eyes and my stubborn streak. It's terrifying, but it's also everything I didn't know I could want. By the way, I say, nudging him, your mom's probably downstairs planning the baby shower already. He groans, but there's no heat in it. She's gonna knit a million tiny sweaters, isn't she? Oh, absolutely, I say, grinning. And you're gonna wear one to match. He laughs, loud and bright, and pulls me closer, his peppermint scent wrapping around me like a promise. Deal. But only if you wear one too. I roll my eyes, but I'm smiling, my heart full in a way I never thought possible. We're not perfect, and we've got a lot to figure out, but for the first time, I believe we can. Together.